Good morning. Good morning. It's me, your Flylady Kat, and I'm here today to give you peace in your life, control in your home, and to help you learn how to finally love yourself. Today is Saturday, and we have a 2-layer cake. Our first layer is our 5 routines, and our second layer is Family Fun Day. If you're a payroll fly baby, it might be a 3-layer cake for you. And so you're going to add any of the basic weekly plan items that you might have missed this week on purpose, planned out, and any zone work that you might have planned for Saturday. Okay, here we are. Let's say good morning. I have 26 of you on, 2 likes. That's awesome. Thank you so much. And we have Amanda Wood. Good morning. Amy West. Amanda needs some motivation this morning. Amy West says good morning. Elizabeth Whaley says good morning. Michelle Kennedy Hawkins. Cindy hang on, it's flying by. Cindy Skernick said good morning. I think Elizabeth said hey to Mr. B too. Shelby Easter, good morning. Angela Studvent, hello Kat, we had Family Fun Day yesterday. Nanny Dubois, bonsoir. Tressa Wilson, good morning. Libby Chapman, good morning. Deanna Rowe, good morning. Anne from Denmark, hello. Carolina Gal says good morning. And Carolina, if you'll put your name in there, maybe it is Carolina. That would be a beautiful. I hope that is your name. That's a beautiful name. Let's see. Kathy said good morning, watching cartoons. Ann says hey. Robin says good morning. Hey, Robin. Dickie Talmadge in Santa Paula, California says hello. Margot said good morning and something else. Darlene Clark said happy Saturday. Kay Beauty Bell said good morning, beautiful lady. Yasmin said good morning. Karen says hi, Kat. Good afternoon. And Sarah Shackelford said hello. Meal prep as I watched this video this morning. Let me go back and see what I missed. These are flying by. Margot said, good morning, moving slow, but it's okay. It's Saturday, so giving myself lots of grace. Yes. Cartoons with your 3-year-old, Kathy Whitaker. Daryl said, good morning. I missed you, Daryl. Snowing in Ohio, Mickey said. All right, I think I caught everybody. You guys are my 20%ers. You're here on a Saturday morning. I'm so proud of you. There are 48 of you on here. I have 14 thumbs up. If you want to get notification earlier, make sure that you always like the videos. Not only does that help me with the logarithms that they use, but it helps you get notified earlier. All right, so we have 23 thumbs up. Thanks so much. Let me get some water. I can't reach it. Okay, so today I want to talk to you about, hey Lynn. Lynn is here, Lynn Shear. Lisa says good morning, and Brenda Reed says good morning, y'all, from Alabama. Roll Tide. Okay, roll Tide. Or if you're from that other team, go you. Okay, so good morning. I want to talk about a couple things that I've been watching on videos, and I think that I'd like to bring to your attention because I think they're so cool. Candace said it's raining in Southern California. Let's see. I can't complain because we need it so badly. Hi from Atlanta, Carrie says. Okay, I'm going to stop commenting now after Wanda Campbell. Good morning. Okay, so here are the 2 things. One is perfectionism. Kimmy made a video on perfectionism. She's in her apron. It's a great video. And I want to talk to you about confectionism. I have a little headache. Can you tell? My vocabulary is messed up. So that's why I'm tardy. I apologize, but I'm here. I feel okay. I took some medicine. I'm fine. But perfectionism, and you know, I always tell you that perfectionism is a very mean way to treat yourself and your family. It's very judgmental. It's very harsh. But for you personally, like Kimmy pointed out, it freezes us. It freezes us. We don't want to do it because we commit to it and then we look at it and we can't get it perfect and we don't want to do it. Whether it's our home or something that we've committed to somebody else. And I want to tell you that everybody doesn't. Kimmy says everyone has a perfectionistic streak. I disagree. There are people in this world who are not perfectionists. All of us who watch these videos generally are, though. And the ones who watch Kimmy generally are, though. A perfectionist is someone who worries about all the details of this one little thing and everything else goes to put, right? So if you're not a perfectionist, you know, you see those people who are organized and they look well dressed and they're always on time and their kids are dressed beautifully and their home is perfectly appointed. Those people are what you call organized. That's what you think a perfectionist looks like, but it's not. They're not perfectionists. They're organized, they get it done, and they go on. Just like an artist who paints. You know, if you were a perfectionist and you were an artist, unless you're doing cubism or something that's very specific, a lot of art is not perfection. But when you back away from it, wow, you look up close and it's like, oh my goodness. And I know they do the things they do as techniques and on purpose, but I want to show you that people who get things done, that's what their life looks like from a distance. If you get up really close, you'll notice it's not as perfect as you think, and it's a good thing. So I want you to commit to not be a perfectionist. Now look, perfectionism is something we're born with, but we can change it. Once you're aware, your excuse is gone. I always say that. Once you're aware, your excuse is gone. So if you're a perfectionist, which means that you won't want to do anything until that's perfect, or you won't do it at all, then you shake that off and you remember the painting and you back away and you say, you know what? All I can do is all I can do, and all I can do is enough. That is good enough. I only have 60 minutes to do a weekly home blessing hour. Kat wants me to do it in less than that if possible. I only have 10 minutes to deep clean this particular thing. Stop being a perfectionist. It's a decision. Stop. It's a cruel way to treat yourself. It's very judgmental. It's really hard on your kids. Don't be a perfectionist, okay? Just don't. It's like saying don't be sidetracked, but the truth is you have a tool to not be sidetracked. It's the Flylady system. It's your planner. Margaret Rose, I did not see you. Hi. Margaret is a perfectionist. She is, and she's also got OCD, and it's very painful, isn't it, Margaret, to have OCD, because everything has to be just right. And it's not just painful for Margaret, it's for the people around Margaret that have to bear her OCD, right? So I love you, Margaret, and I close my closet for you, but she seriously really does have OCD. And so perfectionism is something we want to let go of. It's not something we want to embrace. It's not a good thing. You know, we think it's a good thing because it sounds like, ooh, I'm going to be perfect. There is no perfect. God didn't create perfect in us. We're beautifully and imperfectly made, right? Just like nature, and I told you that before. Have you ever seen a perfect cloud? I mean, it's beautiful, but if you get up close, it's just vapor, and it's gone. And the trees, the way they're shaped, are beautiful, but they're totally not symmetrical, right? So think about perfectionism in your life. If you're doing that to yourself, I want you to let it go. It gives you stress, and it causes you pain. The second thing I want to talk about is my girl, Michelle, who has Got's Kids as her channel. She's got a little channel out there. She's a burgeoning YouTuber. And she talked about, I love this, I thought it was brilliant. She talked about everything, all of her children, she has 12 children, all of her children have jobs. And she talked about the fact that she's going to assign jobs to every place that stores things. So closets have jobs, bins have jobs, they have jobs, and their job is not to hold piles of trash, piles of garbage, piles of stuff that she's never going to use. Their job is to hold a particular thing. This shelf is for linens, that's its job. This bin is for Christmas, that's its job. This bin is for baby clothes, that's its job. And I love that idea. As we give our children jobs, let's give our bins and our storage area jobs. You know, I tell you to look at your rooms and kind of picture what you want them to look like. Picture where you want things. Well, let's think of it a different way. Give the areas of your home jobs. I think that's so awesome. So kudos to Michelle for coming up with that. It's fantastic. And awesome to Kimmy for having a perfectionism video. Loved it. Okay, I'm over for comments, questions, and concerns. I saw people flying by. I did notice one. Kat from Ashley. Hi, Ashley Beauty in Scotland. Carol Blair said, good morning. If I missed you, come back in and tell me again. I missed it, okay? So tell me what you think. Ashley said, well, I'd like to know, I've been decluttering my house and scrubbing from top to bottom. Don't fall over. I won't fall over, Ashley. Don't overdo it, my girl. Rana says, oh, cool, I need to do that with the stuff in my drawers. I know, isn't that cool? Hi, Jackie Longnecker. Somebody in there was talking about perfectionism. Let me roll back and see that. Karen P. says, I was just thinking about perfectionism this morning. I needed to clean my cooktop and stopped when it was clean instead of spending an hour making it perfect. Absolutely. Great. Good job, Carrie. I'm very proud of you. All right, let's see. Decluttering is so satisfying, Ashley said. Isn't it? Wanda said, I love that idea. I know, I love that idea. Lyncher says, I'm a terrible perfectionist, striving not to be. Good. Yeah, I'm a perfectionist too, but I'm aware. And once you're an aware perfectionist, it won't rule your life. You rule your life. You know, and the other thing I wanted to talk to you today about is loving yourself and honoring yourself. And the reason I have a headache is because I didn't do that. When I was with my friends, we went to a tea room and I had a pot of English breakfast tea. And that's very high in caffeine, and I can't drink caffeine. It gives me, guess what? Headaches. And so now I've had a 3-day headache as a result of that. So that's not honoring myself. Just because my inner child wanted that kind of tea and they didn't have an equivalent of that, I had to get a berry tea or something. I need to honor my physical self and say, you know what, emotional self, no. No more tea for you. No more full of caffeine tea for you. So it's taken me 3 days to get rid of a headache. It's not quite a migraine, but it's enough to wake me up from sleep. And I was up last night, which is why I'm tardy today. I fell asleep on the couch and I had nightmares. I had a nightmare that I was at Jordan Page's home, and she's Jordan Page, Find Cheaper Free, at a house party, and I wanted to talk to her so bad. And I had laryngitis. Can you imagine how frustrated I was? I couldn't speak. And Kimmy was there, and she didn't even know I was there, and I couldn't say, hey, Kimmy, because it was a big party. And that was the most frustrating. And then in the middle of my laryngitis, I could hear myself snoring. I don't snore much, but occasionally I do when I don't feel well. That was the weirdest dream. I thought I'd share it because we all have crazy dreams. Okay, let's see what y'all are talking about. Are you talking amongst yourself? Let's see. Brenda said, do you have any advice for homeschoolers in doing routines? Yes, plan. Just plan. You can do it. You have to plan it. Michelle, who I'm talking about, who has 12 children, she has 9 at home and she's pregnant with her 13th child. She homeschools her children. And she's my fly baby. She wasn't always tidy, but she's getting there. And she's learning how to do it. You can do it. I bet you don't have 9 that you're homeschooling. I bet you don't. I know you can do it. Okay. I also know that there's a book written by one of the other fly ladies called How to Give Your Children Wings Without Losing Yours. You can find it on Amazon. And she is a homeschooling mom. Okay. Maybe that will help you, Brenda. Rana, I like Marla, the fly lady. Okay. Ashley said, oh, nice. I love tea. Me too, I love tea, but I have to drink other teas. I can't drink English breakfast. It's too full of caffeine. Kristen Razur, good morning. Thanks for keeping me on track. So much happier in my tidy home. Yay, Kristen. Double A says, I love your videos. They've been my saving grace. I would love to know your name for this video, so put your name in and I'll call you by name, Double A. Lynn said, welcome, Mr. B. You're welcome, Mr. B. I wish I lived closer so we could have a jam. Oh, are y'all having a conversation? Okay. Kathy Whitaker, this is what I have problems with because I have been sick and didn't do my zones and it was driving me, excuse me, crazy. But now I'm back at it. Yay. Don't let it drive you crazy. When you're sick, you're sick. It's not the end of the world. You're not going to be sick forever. You're going to be sick for a period. Even if you have a chronic thing like fibromyalgia, you're only going to have a flare for a little while, then it's going to go down and you can do some things. So don't make yourself crazy. Know it's for a season, okay? All right. Hi, Kim from Tennessee. Amber. Hi, Amber, double A. Amber Bobo. Carrie Joy said, looking at things that way, my areas are very confused about their jobs. Always get little nuggets and encourage me in the process. Thank you. I know, I thought that was brilliant. Received eviction notice November 3rd, Lindsay says. Finished moving out of a 2-bedroom house January 2nd. Staying with a friend in the basement. Daughter has her own room. I've kept morning after dinner routines, trying to learn dorm living. You can do it, Lindsay. It works everywhere. Do I need to treat it like a home job? What is that, Brenda? Yes, you treat it like a home job. Just like any other person who works, and you're working when you're training your children, teaching your children, you're going to say, I'm a teacher from this time to this time. But all these other times are open and available and are also teachable moments for my children. Thank you, Shannon. Trista Dish is saying hello. Okay, let me go back this way. Just shine my stainless sink and it's sparkling, Shannon says. That's awesome, Shannon. Congratulations. I need to reshine mine. I thought I was going to, but I didn't. Carrie, I already answered you, Carrie. I thought that was cool. Okay. Lindsay said, I gave away as I packed most boxes and have organized and filled up most of our basement bedroom. Going to be methodical moving forward on this new path. Sorry you're not feeling well. That's okay, Lindsay. Good for you. I'm glad you're doing it that way. Elizabeth used to be a perfectionist with slight OCD. I realize now that my mom has been OCD my whole life. I stopped being a perfectionist years ago, but occasionally I do something OCD and catch myself. I think we all have a little bit of that. A little sidetracked people tend to have a little bit of that too. Like you can't leave the room if the door's crooked, or you can't leave the bed if the pillows are crooked or whatever. That's just slight though. That's nothing big. Want to tell you, this is Anne, tell you how just one little thing changed a lot. I started to put fuel in my car every Friday night after work. I work 3 jobs, and often before I ran out, for instance, in the middle of the night. Oh, Anne, I'm so glad you're doing that. And that's a good thing. Good idea, Anne, Ashley said. Sherry said, happy belated anniversary. Thank you. Mine is today. Happy anniversary. I was a child bride. I'm just 57 and we've been married 39 years. Well, congratulations, and I'm glad that you've been happily married for 39 years. Good morning from Kentucky, Jennifer says. Jennifer Lynn, my fly baby. How you feeling today, girl? Let's see. Deb Cruz. Deb Cruz, you got a new thingy. Good morning, Kat and Mr. B. Perfectionism slows down my flying. It's a daily challenge to be aware of this, but thanks to you, I can do this. Yes, you can, Deb. Ashley says, congrats to Sherry. Elizabeth says, my mom never let us do things. She said we weren't doing it right, or it didn't want us to break the washer, etc. So when I became an adult, my husband taught me how to do laundry. Yeah, please don't do that to your children. I know, and it's that perfectionism that people won't let their children even do things, or they'll remake their beds, and it takes away the joy of doing your things yourself, and learning. So yeah, Elizabeth, that's a handicap to start with. Thank goodness you have a sweet husband. Nicole Volman, good morning, Kat. Second time I'm able to join you live. Welcome back, Nicole. Thank you for the motivation. Because of you, I understand the Flylady system better. Great. I'm so happy. Brenda Reed, oh, thank you. I'm going to be sewing, crocheting for the public again. Yay. Good stuff is Amy, and she says, good morning, Kat. Good morning, Amy. Rhonda says, wow, Elizabeth, that sounds like my mom. Shannon says, thanks to Ashley. And Susan Dalton, good morning, Kat. What part of zones and routines do you recommend for cleaning a nursery or kids' room? Your hair looks great that way. Oh, I parted it in the middle like my old hippie days. Thanks, Susan. What part of the zones or routines do you recommend for cleaning the children's rooms? That would be the bathroom and one other room. If your children are little and you need to deep clean them, but your children are going to be responsible for their rooms and you're going to oversee that. And having children, having pets, I know those are totally different things, but they are both commitments. And you're doing extra things when you have children, when you have pets. When you have pets, you have to vacuum extra hair. You have to bathe the dog. You have to walk the dog. You have to train the dog. You have to socialize the dog. You have to play with the dog to get the dog to the vet. When you have children, you have to clean their rooms. You have to change diapers. You have to feed them properly. You have to make sure they get good sleep. You have to make sure they have good friends, etc. They get outside and get fresh air. So cleaning their rooms is like an extra job. And you might spend a little more time than you would in a normal zone, because maybe once a month you want to give their room a good clean. But other than that, if they're old enough, like 9 or older, they can vacuum their room. They can dust their furniture. They can put their toys away. They can hang their clothes up. They can wash their clothes. So if you have little ones, you're going to have a commitment for a few years to do a little bit extra. However, when they're really little, you're going to keep it clean most of the time anyway, so you won't have to do a really deep clean, I'm hoping. Now, if you have a pet in that room, like a hamster or anything, like a bird, it's got stuff all over the place, that's even more, that's double trouble. Okay. But in general, you can do it when you do the bathroom and one other room. You can do their room or rooms. Let's see. I'm going back to find what I can find. Okay, that was Susan. Double A, Amber. I'm trying to remember your name. Amber, I'm a mother of 4 and I'm now back to work full-time as a kindergarten assistant, and I wanted to know if you had any suggestions for routines to help the kids in the zones, to include the kids in the zones. Absolutely. How old are your kids? That's what I need to know. How old are your kids? Oh, you did tell me that. Hang on. You told me they were little, didn't you? Let me go back. I've got a lot of comments on here. No, you didn't tell me. You told me you had 4. Yeah, children need zones. They need little work zones, little things to do. I actually like them to do the weekly home blessing hour, but that's only one little job 5 days a week that they will be doing. And they can switch out because you've got 4 kids, so you can give them zones. Kimmy has a great videos. In fact, her very last video, I think, she showed her zones for her kids, and she's got them doing little areas of the house that's their job to maintain. In other words, to make sure that that room is vacuumed, just general, blessing vacuumed, and that all the things are picked up in that room. And that's how they earn their screen time and any money. So you come up with your own zones for your children, what you want them to do based on their ages. Amber says her kids are 16, 11, 8, and 6, so the 16-year-old will have much more responsibility than the 11, who will have much more responsibility than the 8-year-old, who will have much more responsibility than the 6-year-old. So they're all going to have different levels. You know your kids, you know what they can do, and you give them little jobs. And then you have to inspect what you expect. That means you have to check that they did it. And then there'll be a consequence if they chose not to do it. And the consequence is maybe they don't earn any screen time. Maybe they don't earn any money. Or maybe you're not doing it that way. Maybe you're just offering a consequence. So they don't get to go out with Sarah this afternoon. Or you can't drive the car this week. Or whatever it is. Okay? And they know that before, that they're going to get a consequence if they don't get it done. And you have to be firm but kind. You can't get away with that stuff in school. You can't go in the classroom and say, oh, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to take my book out and I'm not going to learn. They won't get a good grade. That's their consequence. Or worse. Okay. Good questions. I'm going to start at the bottom. Let's see. I try to do my routines and everything just the same way as my home. Are you talking about at school? What are you talking about, Lynn Shear? Let me go back and find your other comment. Hard being this way with 2 houses is what I mean. It's hard for me being a perfectionist now that my mother-in-law needs so much help. I love your hair. Okay, so your mother-in-law needs help and you're having 2 homes. You can't be a perfectionist. You just have to be organized. And that's it. Stop that foolishness of being a perfectionist. I'm telling you, stop that foolishness of being a perfectionist. You know I love you, but you can't be a perfectionist. It will not win you anything. It will cause you to lose every time. Okay? Okay. Erin said, lots of love to you this morning, Kat. I saw you weren't feeling well, but you look beautiful as always. Thank you for brightening my day. You're welcome. Thank you. And my home. Yeah, just have to let it go. Erin. Lynn Shear. Lynn. Such a good vibe in here. Everyone. I love having you as an extra monitor. Ashley, thank you so much for doing that. Because Larry is working as hard as he can. Shelby Easter. Hello, Shelby. Thanks for all you do. Not always able to catch you live, but I religiously watch your videos and appreciate you keeping me on track daily with what's expected in my home. Thank you. You are very welcome, Shelby. Love your name. Kathy said, these talks are on spot with what's going on in my life. It's so amazing how this is. Thank you for your caring soul. You're very welcome. That's because all of us are alike. That we're all of the same ilk. I know lots of you are seeing, lots of you had perfectionist mothers. And it wasn't fun, was it? So don't do that to yourself as a continuing theme. Stop that. Brenda said, okay, thank you. I'm also going to be so I already saw that one. Nicole said, second time I'm able to join you live. I talked to you already, Nicole. Hi, Nicole. All right, I think I've caught up. I have got 83 people on here right now. I know you have more things to say. 43 of you have given me a thumbs up. If you don't remember how to do it or you're new and you don't know, take the chat off for a second, hit the thumbs up, and put the chat back on. That will give you notifications earlier. The more you like a channel, the earlier you get notifications. Get more thumbs up. Let's get more thumbs up. There you go, Ashley. Oh, thanks, Lynn. I love you too. I really do. I love all you girls. You are my inspiration. You are what holds me accountable. You know, you hold me accountable. Before I get on here, I make sure I do my morning routine, just like you do. So the toilet's been swished, the sink's been wiped out, all the clothes are folded and put away. um, you know, the bed's made, the dishes are put away. It's all done. I'm dressed. I fixed my hair because of you. Oh, Kiona, thank you. You're so sweet. Okay, so hi Kathy Love. Lynn says, family coming over and everything looks great. The system is amazing. Thanks, Kat. You are so welcome. It is my sincere pleasure to present it to you in a way that I think you can get. EVGB says, happy Saturday. I'd like to know, where you fit in ironing with the laundry. I hate ironing because it's necessary evil. 5 shirts, 5 slacks. I always procrastinate. I don't iron. I use a steamer. And I steam the clothes right before I wear them if they're wrinkled. I also try not to buy things that will wrinkle. I also take things out of the dryer while they're still damp, like this little shirt. I take it out, I put it in the dryer long enough for me to hang up like under things or whatever, and then let it get warm in there. Take it out, shake it, hang it on a hanger, and it dries in the hallway. That's what I do, just over the top of the open doorway. I don't iron. I do have a silk blouse that I tried to steam and that messed it up, so I had to rewash it, and now all the spots are out, and I will be dry ironing that. But I do not on purpose buy things that need to be ironed, because you can buy crisp white shirts and crisp slacks that are permanent press that you take out of the dryer in a timely manner and hang up and let them finish drying, and you won't have to iron. That's where I fit it in. So if you have to iron, it's something you just must do, then you're going to have to find extra time to do it, because I don't talk about ironing. So make a time, put it in your planner, and do it until you change your mind. Okay. Megan from Colorado, I've fallen off the Flylady lately, but my hubby is part of us losing a paycheck from the government shutdown. Any inspiration? Yes. Do it anyway. Do it anyway. If you have a headache, do it anyway. If you don't have a paycheck, do it anyway. You know, it's even more reason to really follow the system, especially in your groceries, because you're going to want to use up everything that you have in there and be creative with what you have. My understanding is when this is over, the back pay will come. And I would also say to work with your debtors, because everyone knows this is going on, and explain that your spouse is in the government shutdown job and that the money will be coming, and that you have been good for it in the past and you will be good for it in the future, but at this very moment you're asking for grace, and you'll be surprised that they may have something to help you. Okay, prayer also goes a long way. Megan, therefore my husband, I never iron anything for myself. Then change the clothes that you get for him. Buy him different clothes that don't require ironing. That's my suggestion. Unless you just can't and you have to make a time. Or, you know what? My husband can iron. Hello. Teach him how to iron. He's a big boy. He has all the major muscle groups, all the minor muscle groups, and all the intelligence to put up an ironing board, turn on an iron, put steam water in it, and iron his pants and shirts. Teach him how. And then he'll appreciate what you've been doing for him, and he'll do it himself. Or he'll say, get me some things that I don't have to iron. That's my suggestion. What do you think, girls? You like that? After all, you are the alpha. Okay. So, Evie, I can't wait to see what happens. And remember, we're not afraid of our husbands. They're our equal. We're equal. We're unequal, but we're equal. We're men and women, but we're equal. There's no fear when we're speaking to our husband. They love us. We love them. We should be able to have a conversation with them. You understand their personality, and you know how to approach things in different ways with different people. But still, there's no fear with your husband. There should not be fear with your husband, and I'll use the should word there. Okay. Let's see, Megan. Yeah, don't be stressed, baby girl. You just have to let it go, because here's the deal. When you look back one day, you're going to say, thank goodness it happened that way. Whatever happens, you're going to say, thank goodness it happened that way. My husband lost his leg. He lost his leg in a train accident when he was 23. I married him when he was 27. He said if he hadn't lost his leg, all the circumstances led him to me. we would have never married. And he would have never chosen to do it that way, to meet me that way, but that's the way it worked out. So if you look back at negative things that happened in your life, you'll always find something really positive that was a result of that, and you would have never chosen that path. But in the end, thank goodness it happened that way, right? Thank you, Mr. B. Okay. Lisa says, I do iron my husband's dress shirts, but I do it as soon as they're washed. As Kat says, laundry isn't done until it's washed and folded and put away. And that's your choice, Lisa. And and if you do it as soon as they're washed and dried, they aren't as wrinkly. You're very welcome, Megan. Yay, I got the bed done, praise the Lord. I got the bed done, praise the Lord. Yay, Maria. Praise the Lord. Leah says, or Lee says, Irvine, I don't iron. My boyfriend washes his own sports gear. Go, girl. Rhonda, so true about the ironing. Thank you, Kat, Mr. B, and Ashley, Jackie said. Before my hubby and I got married, we made a deal that he would do his own ironing. Good, smart thinker, good planner. Michelle, I bet you're a good planner on your Flylady system too. If not, remember that you really are, so get on it. Megan said, that's true. You're going to make me cry, Rhonda said. Thank you very much. Shelby, Savage Kids. Can't think of your first name. Is it Shelby? It is Shelby. Aw, what a lovely story, made me tear up. Aw. Evie, haha. If he didn't, he'd probably say, why does this take you so long? Do the ironing because I stay home and he works a really stressful job. I don't mind taking care of it, but I sure don't like it. Okay. But I still think you should teach him how, because one day he won't have that kind of job. Nothing stays the same. Nothing ever stays the same. Eventually something will change. Brooke's brother, or you might get really sick and he still needs clean clothes and you can't really do it. So he needs to know how to do it. It is Shelby. I did get it. Yay, Shelby. Sarah said, Brooks Brothers makes a no iron shirt. Hang up warm out of the dryer. No iron. I love it. Sarah, thanks for the tip. Let's get a few more thumbs up, ladies. Ashley's encouraging y'all. We have 65 thumbs up. You guys have almost all done it. I'm so proud of you. Amber said, thank you. I will check out Kimmy's channel. Do you still do the Weight Watchers system? If so, do you have a channel for how you do Weight Watchers? As a matter of fact, I do. It's called WW with Flylady Kat. I didn't do it last Wednesday because I was out of town and didn't weigh in, but I will do one this week. I weigh in on Wednesdays, but it's also my work day where I do all my personal mentoring. So I usually don't make that on Wednesday, but it comes a couple of days later usually. But I do one every week. Yes, welcome. Come be part of that too, Amber. Jennifer said, for Kat and B, God bless the broken road and led me straight to you. A song by Rascal Flatts. That's true. Jennifer, that's a great song, and that's so true. Oh, thank you. Ashley put my other channel up. We also have another one called Kat and Mr. B, but we haven't put anything on it in a while. We need to get on it. I've changed my schedule again, taking care of my parents, my mother and father. My mother is really getting so much more able for some reason, and so we've now cut back, effective yesterday, to just a couple hours in the evening, going over there doing laundry, a load of laundry and putting it away, and making dinner, taking care of their pills, and making lunch for the next day. She's taking care of breakfasts, and then the lunches are made. So it's huge, huge for me that I'll be home. See, nothing ever stays the same. Who would think an 87-year-old woman would actually get better? Well, she is. We've been taking great care of her. Okay, let's see. And Daddy, he's 88. My 11-year-old daughter decluttered the last of the awful, hurtful memories associated with her biological father. So proud of how strong she is, having all the feels today. Aw, Rachel, I'm proud of her too. Good for her. Okay, Evie said, praise report. It's Saturday morning. Routines are done, and I don't have a disaster to clean up in the very room. And I think that's every room. So I'm sitting by the fire with a cup of coffee. Thank you for your encouragement. You are so welcome. When I get off of this, I'm going to go relax with a cup of coffee too. But I'm having fun right now. Girls, this is Kat's Weight Watcher channel. There we go. That's beautiful, Kat. Aw. Rhonda said, when my parents got a divorce, my dad took his shirts in to be ironed. Well, you could do that too. Yeah, that's a thought. Lynn says, Really great session today, but I have to go. We'll finish watching later. Well, we're done, baby. You don't have to come back. We're done. I'm about to wind it up. I'm going to read Margaret Rose, Debbie Heckle, and Brenda Reed, and that's it. Margaret said, I remember when you first took care of me, I used to drive you crazy with my organized baskets. Actually, I drive everybody crazy. But we love you, crazy lady. We love you. Debbie Hackle said, that's amazing that she is doing better. I know. Brenda said, maybe I can get motivated from what your Weight Watcher channel even though I'm doing low carb. Absolutely. One more thing. Evie had to do a thumbs up. Take the chat off. You'll see the little thumb up button. Punch it and then put your chat back on. Okay, that's it. Have a fabulous day. I'm going to read Margaret Rose's one last chat. Margaret, because I love you. You may not remember me being like this growing up, but Allison does. She said she was afraid to touch anything in my room for fear I would notice. I do remember. All right. Love everyone. Have a fabulous day. Enjoy your day. It's Family Fun Day. If you haven't already done it, do your morning routine. The only other routine you have today is paper. If you work during the week, you'll probably have some laundry. If you're not a payroll fly baby, no laundry for you. And you're going to have after dinner routine and before bed routine. So make sure you do those things and don't wait too late. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy your Family Fun Day.